The Supreme Court is in the midst of a very busy term right now, but we already know an important case the justices will take up next term. They're going to hear arguments over the Biden administration's efforts to regulate so-called ghost guns. Those weapons are the product of homemade kits that can be bought online and assembled into untraceable firearms. The ATF issued rules back in 2022 to require manufacturers and sellers of ghost gun kits to put serial numbers on the parts. They also require sellers to conduct background checks on all kits that are sold. The ATF and the Biden administration created these rules hoping to stop a spike in the availability of ghost guns, but gun rights groups and others have challenged those rules. NBC News Supreme Court reporter Lawrence Hurley joins me now for more on this. Lawrence, good morning. So this case, it seems to come down to interpretations of the 1968 Gun Control Act and really what the ATF's jurisdiction is. What are the challengers arguing here? What can the justices expect to hear when this does come before the court, likely in the fall?
Morning, Joe. Yeah, the argument here is actually pretty simple. The Gun Control Act regulates quote-unquote firearms, and the gun rights groups challenging this say these ghost gun kits, parts that make up a gun, are not actually firearms. They're just pieces that you can eventually, with some work, eventually become a firearm. But they say Congress didn't intend or didn't say in the law that these kits could be regulated by the ATF. And therefore, the ATF doesn't have that power itself. If Congress wants those kits to be regulated, it can pass a law and then the ATF can do it. So it's a pretty straightforward argument.
So ghost guns did come before the court just recently. Last year, the justices reviewed an emergency application from the Biden administration to reinstate these regulations after an appeals court blocked them. And the justices did allow the regulations to stay in effect on a 5-4 vote while the litigation continues. Two of the conservative justices sided with the liberals in that case. How is this different now the second time around?
Yeah, so this time the court's actually going to be wrestling with the merits legal question of whether these guns can actually be regulated. That was an emergency application, and it gives us a bit of a preview, perhaps, of what might happen when the court hears the case, because there were 5 justices to say that the regulations could remain in effect. And if those 2 conservative justices, which was Chief Justice John Roberts and Justice Amy Coney Barrett, if they remain in that sort of position with the 3 liberal justices, then these regulations could be upheld. But obviously there's going to be more briefing and oral arguments, but a final decision before we actually know what's going to happen with this case.
Lawrence, while we have you, let's talk about what we talked about yesterday with you. Yesterday, the justices did hear oral arguments about those ordinances in a town in Oregon to ban camping on public land. It's something that critics say criminalizes homelessness. Conservatives on the court seem pretty skeptical of the challenge to this local law. Walk us through what went on during these arguments and what we might expect from a decision.
Yeah, it was a very lengthy argument yesterday. The justices really got into the nitty-gritty, and it seemed like the conservative justices were pretty skeptical about the idea of federal judges effectively becoming kind of the overseers of homeless policy, because they're concerned that if you allow a lawsuit that says that people can't be punished for sleeping outside, then maybe people would file other lawsuits against other commonly used city ordinances that ban things like urination in public or, other public health kind of regulations. And they would say that that's also a violation of the Constitution. So I think they just are very reluctant to get into that issue. The liberal justices felt differently, but it didn't seem like they really had the votes to win this case. So we'll see later in June when the court probably decides this case.
All right. Lawrence Hurley, as always, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.